trust all these steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay.
I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could have had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to screw me, but I've been a genius. Caddy looking more like home since I made moves.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop. At the 23-yard line. The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. 5 yards on the ground and a first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Under a heavy rush and down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. On the catch, it's Crowder. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Check 3. Bunch right, bunch right, bunch right. Spread right, 72.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. Boom, 90.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Watch it now, Barney.
Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Under 10. Hey, let's go. Trip slot. Move. Sunday.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. Forced out to his left. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there was a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Now the ball comes loose, and the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All right. Let's get it. Keep that. 180. No spacing.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. He spins free. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 30. A big play there out of Geis. 54 yards. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Out to the left here to Reed. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Bortles. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
11B, 11B.
Throwing is Bortles. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Lucy.
Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Bortles to throw once more. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time.
Let's go. Sunday.
They'll run him now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Spread left, spread left, spread left.
On second down, here's Bortles. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Show that bench release and go. 8, 8, 8, 8. 6 guys. Check.
They start on the ground with Geis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. This one caught by Crowder. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thompson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Bortles will give to Yeldon, and he's able to get up here to the 26. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Redskins scoop it. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go!
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Completes it right side to Dodson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So now on fourth down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. This a 33-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, good move. That now running right through it. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he's brought down after a good gain. Bortles now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Shotgun now for Bortles. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Finds a seam inside the 40. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. He may try and run for this. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Detroit!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. William Hayes in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Check 13. Gun. Check 53 flight. Hot. Too little.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
What's up? 59, what's up? 1 day.
They go play action here on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Dante Fowler in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Geis receives the pitch. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now TJ Yeldon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Lucy, green 80, green 80, green 6.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
73.
Bortles going to give to Yeldon. Room here to run. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama. Then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough, he's compact enough to break those tackles. I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On the run, it's Yeldon. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal.
Hey, hold it.
They get it to him running left. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Here's Yeldon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Focus. Solid, 5 down.
throwing now. Roethlisberger on first down. A deep ball for Dotson. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Dotson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Let's go.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards.
Omaha.
On first down, Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, spread right, snap. 6, 5, 36. Set the tone, defense.
Bortles to throw on second down. That one complete. He finds Sharp. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Bortles. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force him into a likely punting situation.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Show that bench release and go. These two.
Pushing through the contact. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. kickoff now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. On the catch, it's Crowder. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for 4. It's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Bortles now to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far. And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
To throw, it's Bortles. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Bortles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. Touchdown, Jaguars. T.J. Yeldon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Here we go. Show that bench release and go. Take both of them.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Jack 16. Whirl.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. This one caught by Crowder. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Jack 16. Snickers, you got to spin. 77, 77.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Jack 16. Hey. 8.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Now Roethlisberger, throw left side complete. That's Thompson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, spread left. Spread left. Hey. Set. 380.
On second down, here's Bortles. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now a handoff to Yeldon, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Sunday.
Bortles going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Lucy.
Bortles to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're